We have looked at the document that they have prepared as a coalition agreement. We have not been given that document to go through. We have been shown, some of our people have been shown, and we are not even allowed to look at it for a long time, and we expected to sign to it. And in the document, they are forming a leadership head of just Jubilee, ODM, and Wiper, and then they are the ones to decide who the rest of us, where we will fit, and who among us will fit, and we are not in agreement to that. We also have problems with clauses that we believe in the nomination structure will lead towards zoning. We as political parties, we are here to win elections, and we've already recruited many people, and we've told them that we will be going all the way to the ballot. So we don't want to be caught up in a nomination process. We do feel that we have not been consulted. Decisions are being made, including the recent decision being made that Azimio will have a secretariat for nominations led by my good friend Honorable Raphael Tuju. We are seeing it in the media. We are supposed to be coalition partners making decisions together. It seems that there's first among equals and the rest of us. And we are saying that it looks like they have appointed themselves, the ones who have certain positions, and the rest of us, either we take it or we leave it. But we are saying that we have committed ourselves to Azimio, and we'd like to be able to move forward together, but in a very respectful manner. So as a result of our meeting today, we've come up with various, what do you call them? Decisions that will be read by Mheshimiwa over here.
Yes, what the caucus meeting has decided is that we should, when they sign a document implying that this is a three-legged stool, it should actually be a four-legged table. The fourth leg of that table, and we should be recognized as such. So that means that that document needs to be renegotiated to ensure that our interests are taken care of as the fourth leg of the Azimio coalition. And in the same way that they have introduced zoning through some technical language, we want it to be renegotiated and done away with. As Governor Mutua has just explained, we have our candidates spread out throughout the country, and we cannot subject them to that zoning program that they are trying to bring. Then the decision as to who becomes the deputy president or the running mate to Raila Amolo Odinga, all the parties here called their NDCs, and the NDCs resolved to back Raila Amolo Odinga for presidency. Similarly, we expect the same NDCs to give the name of who will be the running mate, not a decision by a few people. The running mate will have to be named by the same people that named the presidential flag bearer. And this needs consensus, and we are saying that we must be listened to so that we can also be part of the coalition wholly, and our interests must be taken care of, because it should be known that time is running out, but we still have options which we can invoke at any time. So we expect that we should be, whatever is being done should be more inclusive, more consultative than what's going on so far. Thank you.
Any questions, or do you have, we can maybe have an addition, Professor?
I think they have covered everything.
We've covered everything. Maybe we can get another word also. Space here. It's good to say the name. And
I'm Felipe Saja, the Secretary General of Chama cha Uzalendo. I concur with my colleagues as leaders of other political parties. We supported Azimio political parties as equal partners, and we request that the Azimio team should work as a group, not as a situation whereby we have some parties looking at others as small partners or small boys. The only thing we'll want is that going forward from today, that there should be consensus in terms of any issues that are raised, and decisions taken, there must be a real partnership whereby the partners within Azimio are recognized in every decision that are taken. And as our partners have said, it's very clear that we have options, and if we are not listened to, we'll be forced to take that option that we'll agree as a team. This is the fourth-legged table, and we are just calling on our friends that they should listen to us, and we only have 48 hours to agree on a position. If that position is not taken, then we will make a decision within the same 48 hours. Yes, thank you.
My name is Munene Kahiro, Chairman KRP, that is Kenya Reform Party. We also strongly feel that the source sacred document called the agreement has not been made public to the political parties that signed it. It is now imperative that the contents of the documents should be disclosed so that the parties make a very informed decision. Because we all agreed we are in Azimio party, as political parties, we called our respective NDCs and endorsed whom to support as the presidential candidate. So in that spirit also, whatever we signed for should be made public to us, and we should go through it, and if possible amend the clauses that we feel are not justified to be placed within the particular clauses. For example, the people that are supposed to make decisions, the 11 people, so-called people to make a decision on behalf of the parties, this legged stool of 3 has not incorporated the parties present here, and we feel we are left out. So what happens is that we also make known that we are the 4th leg of the stool, and we are there to support Azimio, but our interests should be taken care of.
Maybe I can say something. In the meeting of the political parties gathered here, a unanimous decision was taken that we have now formed Mwanzo Mpya caucus. And we therefore wish that this caucus is inscribed in the coalition party agreement, so that there are 4 caucuses. Initially, this was a caucus that was recognized because even at KICC, during negotiations with the president, the former prime minister, and others, this caucus was, even information was allowed 2 representatives in the apex body of Azimio. So at least today we have now firmed up in terms of making that firm decision of Mwanzo Mpya caucus. We are cognizant of the fact that before other people who are now asking to be at the front seat of Azimio, when some people had doubts about Azimio, we sacrificed to be founding partners within Azimio, and some of us actually gave up our presidential ambitions because we believed Raila, given his history, was the candidate to be supported. And we worked reasonably hard throughout the various parts of the country to popularize both Azimio and Raila's candidature. So in our meeting, we felt that we can't be wished away because of our work initially and our continuing work even up to today. Yes, some people call us small parties, but one important aspect to bear in mind is you never know which party is small and which party is big until after the elections, when you see the results. And we are confident that the parties in Mwanzo Mpya will make a mark this year in the elections. So we still reiterate that we supported Raila as a matter of principle. We supported him even without demanding positions, as some of the people are, because what was important for us initially was we wanted the manifestos or law of all the participating parties in Azimio to be aggregated so that our people would say our parties have come with the best manifesto, development manifesto for Kenya. That was primary for us. It was not like we were asking Raila for this position or that position. That was secondary. And that is therefore, in terms of Mwanzo Mpya caucus, we feel that we deserve a choice place in Azimio, and that is why we are talking about a table of 4 legs. And if some people are stuck on stools, it can also be a stool of 4 legs, because we need to modernize our thinking in terms of where we come from culturally. Finally, as has been stated, all these parties here have candidates, because the 26th of March was the month for people to say which parties they will belong to for purposes of the elections of August. Therefore, in law, the candidates that we have attracted have a right to be in the ballot in August 2022. We cannot tell them that they cannot be. They have paid, they are within our parties, and we cannot tell them now at this juncture to get out. So we know that in some instances we may have to negotiate so that we don't lose a seat because of Azimio candidates crowding each other. But in such few circumstances, all the participating parties must reach a consensus. We don't want that decision taken outside the consensus of the participating parties. Thank you.
That's good. You're good. Asanteni sana.
Asante.
Question?